Hi everyone, welcome to Homerino Collectibles, where today we're going to be taking a look at the McFarlane Toys The Walking Dead, the Governor from Series 6. There's another figure similar to this whereby he's just wearing his waistcoat, so he's basically pretty much the exact same figure without the actual outer coat that he's got on right here, and I just like this version a little bit more. Coming around to the back of the box here, you can see the other figures from this line. At some point in the future I will be getting Abraham Ford and Carol. I have this Rick, the review will be coming up shortly, and I recently reviewed this Herschel. I'll put the link to that in the description so you can go ahead and check that out. Also coming soon, I've got a review of the flashback Rick, the flashback Michonne, and also Michonne's sword, like the actual full-scale real-life sword replica, which is pretty damn cool. So stay tuned and subscribe if you want to check that out. But for now, let's get this thing open and take a closer look at the Governor himself. And here is the Governor himself out of the packaging, and it's a pretty cool figure. I do have a couple of issues with this particular figure itself that may not carry on onto others, but they may do, so just be warned when I am mentioning them. So first off, the accessories. He has the head with the eye patch, if we go ahead and get some close-up focus right here. And he has some pretty decent paint detail for the mouth and for the stubble and whatnot. You can see the patch is just a little bit off. It should be a little bit lower. And you get a nice little bit of paint detail in the hair too, like a few different gradients, a couple of browns, and you get a bit of a grey in there. You also get a knife, which does actually have a sheath right inside there. We have this pistol right here, which is the same one that comes with a few other figures, which has a little holster right there. And then you get the AUG style right there, the awesome assault rifle, from which he uses to kill a lot of his own, if you have seen the series. And then he has this head, which is obviously all bandaged up, and you even have the blood there and the eye and whatnot, and a little bit of blood there on top of the eyebrow and stuff. But I really do think that the character likeness of this head is a lot more accurate than that of this head right here. I think that the skin tone being a little bit lighter on this head, and also the stubble just not being painted as well, it just looks a lot more toy-like, whereas this figure, he does actually look like he's in more pain and whatnot, but it just really does look more lifelike to me. I think I really do prefer this head sculpt overall, especially from the side. This does not look like the actor at all, the nose profile with the mouth and everything, but this one really does. So I definitely do prefer this head over this one. So basically both of my complaints with this figure comes with the hands really. First of all, the assault rifle, it's very hard to get the fingers to actually properly grip it at the grip, because they're just so damn small. It's just really hard to get in there, and you do kind of take some paint off, as you can see, like little tiny bits of the skin tone there when you're trying to get it in, but they're so small and they're not super pliable. Yeah, I just had a bit of a hard time just getting this assault rifle in there basically, so I can get it in there to hold it, but not really properly with all the fingers around it, and for him to hold, like if I ever do that, they eventually just kind of squeeze the gun back out. It's kind of annoying, but you can get it in there and to rest there and everything, and it stays good-ish. The other problem over here with this hand, as you can see, this one's holding the grips on the pistol just fine, is this. It basically unpegs very easily, and it's just not pushed in all the way. With a bit of heat I can get that pushed in more, but it's just something to take note of, that my figure did not come with this pushed in all the way. And also this right here is really loose at this joint at the end. No problem for posing and everything, but just very strange how loose that is. It just spins all the way around and everything. So a couple of quality control issues with this figure, on that particular side, but overall the figure is really fantastic. And like I said at the start, I do prefer this figure over the one without this coat, because I just think that this looks really cool, especially for being out in the wasteland and whatnot, after an apocalypse. I really do think that this is done very well, especially with all the creases and everything. It just looks awesome. Clothing on these figures are just done so well, because they're done off photos and just basically sculpted straight from that. They're really accurate, and they do look really lifelike. So if ever you get the chance to get more clothing with a figure, I think it's definitely a good choice with these. So as for articulation, the head is on a ball joint, but you don't get too much of a range of motion because, as you can see, the neck is very tight there up to that jaw, into the bottom of the head there, which is good. You don't get any gaps, but you do only get the left and right, and then a little bit of up and down and side to side wiggle. You actually get a little bit less, or at least I did anyway, with this head on there. At the waist, you've got your waist movement left and right there. Not really too sure if there is any forward or back there or anything. The arms, they come out to the side very well and all the way around. Then we have a bend that goes just a tiny little bit more than 90 degrees at the elbow and also rotates, and then you've already seen the rotation and basically the same joint at the wrist. The hips are the kind of annoying hips that just do that, which is enough for these figures, but it would be nice to have a bit more articulation. And they also swivel. We also have a swivel at the knee, and it also bends at the knee. And then the feet are on ball joints. They go left and right, but not really very much up and down, and you get the slightest little bit of ankle pivot. And here he is as a size comparison next to Andrea. He stands just over 5.5 inches tall, and I think that this is a pretty perfect size right here. Mine, obviously, with that quality control issue, yes, it's a little bit loose, but the fact that it doesn't fit in, you know, I can always just heat that up and that'll go in perfectly fine. I don't want to force it because I don't want to break it, because obviously the joints are quite small. But it's not going to happen on everyone's. As always, the detail and the paint is absolutely fantastic, so if you want a Governor figure, there's this one or there's the one without the coat, and I would definitely suggest this one. So thanks for watching, guys. If you want to check out more Walking Dead, I have lots to come, like I said earlier on in the video. If you want to check out some more pictures of this guy and other things from my collection, including things coming up for future reviews, go ahead and check me out on Instagram. It's Homerino123. The link is in the description below, where you'll also find links to my Twitter and Twitch. For more Walking Dead videos, go ahead and subscribe. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.